Greetings everyone, I'm the Geek Master, or should I say the Hairy Master at the minute, but this is going very soon. Anyway, this is a special video for me personally, as I will go into, although you might have an idea from the thumbnail and the video title. So a little while ago I did a video talking about my Pokemon game collection in response to Big Game Owl's collection video and a suggestion from Eddie Rollercore about like why I'm a big Pokemon fan, why it means so much to me. And on the back of them videos, today, the day I'm recording and uploading this, the 25th July 2023, in terms of Pokemon, is a special day for me. And that is because today is the 20th anniversary of not just my favourite Pokemon game getting released in the UK, probably my favourite game of all time. That being Pokemon Ruby. Now, unfortunately, I don't have them boxed still, but this is my original Ruby cartridge that I bought on release date from GameStation in 2003. It's the same game I've had all this time. So, I have a lot of memories and fondness for this. So, as it's my favourite game, I just wanted to talk about it for a bit, really. And a little bit about the third generation, but mainly focusing on why I love this game so much. So, little background, been a Pokemon fan for a while, my previous videos mentioned about all that. The day this came out, 25th July 2003, was actually the last day of the school year for my school that year. But I just happened to be in year 11. So I'd actually finished about, 2-3 weeks earlier. And whereas like my brother, etc., who's a couple of years below me, was at school on that day, me and my best mate went into a town for 9 o'clock opening a game station. Instead, we bought my Ruby, he bought Sapphire, we spent the day playing it. So we were playing it instead of the last day of school, which is even better than the last day of school in my opinion. And we played it a lot over the next few months, odd. I think I've played over 600 odd hours within a year, which is a lot for me. And I know that because apart from the red Gyarados you get in the second generation games, this game is where I got my first ever shiny Pokemon, a Magnemite New Morville. And that was about 620 odd hours. And it was in August 2004, so just over a year later. Funnily enough, that's also the one I wanted. Saw a shiny Magneton in the anime, brother got a Voltorb and Sapphire beforehand. I wanted the Magnemite, or Magneton, and I got it. And I still have it to this day. It's my favourite Pokemon and my favourite shiny, so there we go. And also, brings a lot of fondness to this, because it takes me back to this. Especially when I played the remakes, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Omega was, of course, my main game. And taking the Magneton all the way through and actually reference this game. So that's a very nice touch. But why is this game so special to me? Well, one small thing, but I think that's one of the coolest looking cartridges I've ever seen on anything, to be honest. I think it looks better than the Sapphire. But also because it's the game, I think that brought me together with my mates a lot. We're already mates, we're already playing Pokemon, we'd been to events, we'd played Silver and all that together. Ruby and Sapphire were the ones which allowed us to really play together when it introduced the double battles, the multi battles where we could do 2-on-2, like with a 4-way link cable, or later on in 3D through Pokemon Coliseum. It was just brought so many memories of playing with my mates, having in battles, trading, helping each other. So many memories, like fond memories of that. But it's also the single player experience. I just love everything this game gave me. For example, the Pokemon, there's a good number, they're 135. So there's a lot of variety there in terms of designs, features, in terms of abilities and types and moves. There weren't too many old Pokemon returning. I think there's 200 in total if you exclude Deoxys and Jirachi. I think 65, so about a third were old, 2/3 new. What else was it? It was also that it felt like you were starting from scratch. I mean, you couldn't transfer Pokemon over from the older games, but it truly felt you were going through a new variation of Red and Blue, but in my opinion, an improved one. I think the Pokemon designs were better. I think having more Pokemon helped as well. But you had more features, like more water to cross. You had a snow bit. You had a volcano to go over, a desert. All bits that were new. Plus, there's so many new features with, like, where it brought in the ability, so it could make ground moves, missile, on something that was floating, which made sense, really. Claydol, for example. But also, just the overall audio-visual experience. I think the music in this game is some of my favourite game music of all. Not just Pokemon music, game music of all. Love the gym leader battle music, the wild Pokemon music battle. Some of the overworld music is awesome. The desert music in particular. And it's very fitting. Like, the music fits it. Like, the desert bit fits the desert. The volcano music kind of fits the volcano. And the underwater fits underwater, which was another neat new feature. But I also like the way the game looked. To me, it looked kind of like a SNES game. Not I was really big on the SNES then. And to be fair, I never have been really. But it looked like the old Pokemon style modernised into a colourful palette like you would have seen on the SNES or Mega Drive. And to me, it looked amazing. And to this day, yes, obviously it's not as graphically good as like Shield and Scarlet, although I'm sure some people would argue it is. But I prefer the look of it. It just looks really good and colourful to look at. It looks vibrant. And then you compare that with the music. It's just the ultimate, I guess, Pokemon experience to me. In fact, I've been playing this because I can't remember where the hell I am on this, but I've actually been playing on this, a Japanese Sapphire I got. This obviously came out in 2002, so it doesn't apply. It's just the UK 20th anniversary. But it's as if I'm playing through Ruby from scratch all over again. Obviously, it's a bit harder because it's in Japanese. I can read some, but it's still bits I'm struggling with. And it's taken me back 20 years to 2003, experiencing it for the first time. I mean, yes, it was muted a bit big on the basic GBA without the backlighting. But after a while, I was able to play it on TV through Pokemon Box, and you got to fully see how alive Hoenn is on them games. And it was just amazing. It was better to me than like a lot of 3D games. It just felt more alive. And seeing this again, especially playing it on TV on my Game Boy player, is having that same effect. It's like alive. The music's drawing me in. It's taking me back to being 16 years old. And I think the fact that after 20 years, effectively the same game is doing that shows how fond I am of it and how much it hits me, how much I enjoy it. I mean, sure, there's Emerald, the third version. Technically, it's probably a better game because it's effectively the same game with extra stuff, and the Battle Frontier is amazing. But that holds the memories for me, I think, and that's why. And in fact, about a month ago, and I'm going to be doing a pickups video for this very shortly, I went to the Retro Hunter, bought some games, but one thing I found is they have a rack with plushies and various gaming magazines, and I just thought I'd have a look. Actually, I think my brother's in one of the magazines, so that's what I'm keeping an eye out for. But that's another story. But while doing, I happened to find this. So this is for NOM, N-O-M, from back in the day. As you can see, talking all about Ruby and Sapphire. And this bit is obviously the main article or the magazine. And as soon as I saw this was a magazine with the main focus being on Ruby and Sapphire, I had to buy it. There's no way I couldn't. It was a £5 and it was so worth it. And I started playing this a bit after I started playing Sapphire. I think I'm about 2/3 of the way through Sapphire at the minute. I'm still playing through it. But, if I can find it. Oh, here we go, page 52. Look. Which is good, because I can't actually show you any footage. It's like the old Pokemon graphics, but enhanced, a lot more alive. You had new features like the double battles, and awesome Pokemon like Sceptile, by the way, who is absolutely amazing in my opinion. I mean, this is just the review part of it. This isn't even the main bit in the magazine, if I remember rightly. Where are we? 96, there we go. Here we go. They even have full in-depth details in here. Like, the move list. You never see this sort of thing anymore. It just took me back. It took me back to playing Ruby for the first time. I mean, the last time I played that, I think there's a part of it when Omega Ruby came out, because it had the 2D sprite. That took me back. But seeing this and Sapphire, that's what really took me back 20 years. And, I mean, like, Whismur. Whismur is everywhere in that cave. Probably because that's where you find it, pretty much. But that's kind of against the point, really. I just love the game. It's my favourite game. It's my favourite Pokemon game. And I can't believe it's 20 years old, because that also means it's been out longer than I was older when it came out. I was 16 at the time. It's been out 20 years. So now I'm 36 and I'm old. And hairy. Yeah. But honestly, it's just reading this and playing Sapphire, it's taken me back to when I was a 16-year-old playing this for the first time. I restarted it so many times. I restarted it and I bloody shouldn't have. I had a really good shiny thing on there. I kept the shiny Pokemon, but I think I had a good number for finding wild shinies. And also, in case you haven't noticed, it's American, but it is legit, I've checked. And even, there's a pinball game. It's good, but it's not as good as the original, but it still brings about them 3rd gen Ruby vibes. So, yeah. In case you can't guess, I just love Ruby and Sapphire. And now it's the 20th anniversary today. It just felt like the right time to express that love and say why. But, as I said, playing Sapphire now, it's taken me back 20 years. It feels like it did then playing it. I'm so glad I bought that. I'm so glad I'm playing through it. It's nice to relive these very fond memories of experiencing this brand new, vibrant world, something like I hadn't seen before for the first time. Being able to spend so many hours playing with good friends. And to me, it's just my favourite game, and I don't think anything's ever going to top it. There's other ones I absolutely love. Ocarina of Time, Breath of the Wild, GoldenEye, Sonic 2, Sonic 1. But I don't think anything is ever going to top Sapphire, Ruby. Well, Sapphire and Ruby, but especially Ruby. It is just, I think, my favourite game of all time. And I don't see that changing. All I need now is to get a box, which I intend to do one day. But at least I have my original copy, which I got 20 years ago today. I still can't believe it. In fact, right there is Ruby and Sapphire series in the manga. So, I mean, if I take one down, this is the first one, I think. Yeah, that's the first one for that series. I mean, come on. Trico's awesome. But I did hear that you like Mudkips. Honestly, just love it. Absolutely love Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. And I just want to say, happy 20th birthday. Sorry if it sounds like I ranted. I just get so excited when I think about these games. And I just want to share my love. But yeah. As I said, pick up this video coming soon, maybe tonight, if not tomorrow or something. And it will follow on from when I bought that magazine. But I've actually got a couple more plans. So I've had a trip since, and got a few other games for my mate recently. But yeah, I think that's everything for now. So, just to ask, did you ever play Ruby and Sapphire? Where does it rank them on your Pokemon games, if you have? And what did you like about them, really? But otherwise, thank you for watching. I've been the Geek Master, and I'll catch you soon. Gotta catch 'em all.